It is India's green state which makes other states in the country go green with envy again and again. For yet another year, the Bengaluru-based non-profit Public Affairs Centre has found Kerala to be the best governed state in the country. No prizes for guessing who's the last. Uttar Pradesh. Kerala has been a consistent topper ever since the Public Affairs Centre started ranking Indian states based on their governance quality. This year, the rankings are based on 3 key pillars of governance: equity, growth and sustainability, 5 themes, 14 SDGs or Sustainable Development Goals, and 43 indicators. Among the large 18 states of India, Kerala tops on most of the parameters, from the Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme implementation to the COVID-19 response index, to take the overall first rank. And UP comes last at 18th rank among the large states. Strikingly, the top 3 ranks have gone to southern states, Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Telangana, followed by Chhattisgarh and Gujarat. Now, Kerala topping such rankings is nothing new, and comparing Kerala and Uttar Pradesh makes little sense because Kerala benchmarks itself against world leaders on several parameters. For just a couple of examples, Kerala's female literacy rate is 95%, equal to that of China, significantly better than that of India at 70%, and far higher than Uttar Pradesh's 63%. Similarly, Kerala's infant mortality rate, which is the number of infant deaths per 1,000 live births, is a mere 6, comparable to that of the United States at 5.7, distinctly better than India's 30, and far superior to Uttar Pradesh's 41. So if Kerala is such an exceptionally well-governed state, why is it a bizarre combination of high literacy and high unemployment? And why are tens of thousands of Kerala's youth leaving the state if it is so well-governed and a veritable paradise? I spoke to author and former IAS officer C.V. Anandabose, who likens Kerala's jobless growth to the growth of cancer cells and feels that a large part of Kerala's bureaucracy is non-functional.
Of course, the services sector we have come up. That is basically trade and commerce. We don't make anything here. See, growth for the sake of growth is the nature of the cancer cell. Even that growth is not there in the industrial sector as far as Kerala is concerned. The administration in Kerala is not bad. And compared to many other states, I think Kerala has a lead. Some 30-35% of the government officers do work. In fact, that is enough to have a good governance. And the rest are all, they are into unions, they are into unproductive activities, even within the government service. So we can't run down Kerala, but to rate it as the number one is, I have my doubts about it.
Kerala is different from the rest of India in a unique way. It is simultaneously world-class and third-class. Like this week, Kerala's responsible tourism project at Aymanam village won the prestigious One to Watch award at the World Travel Mart in London. While back home in Kerala, the state continued to be plagued by all the ills that mark a poorly governed state. As in all poorly governed places, Kerala is deeply rooted in corruption. This week in Kasaragod district, a village officer and a village assistant were arrested for taking a 10,000 rupee bribe from a woman for clearing her title deed of a property her family has been in possession for the last 70 years. 7 decades. That's how long Kerala's bureaucracy can torture you before issuing a certificate. A deadly combination of red tape and corruption. It is difficult to say whether or not the protests, strikes and work stoppages in Kerala outnumber the coconut palms of the state. This week it was the turn of the unions of the government-run Kerala State Road Transport Corporation to go on strike. What for? The unions of the majorly loss-making corporation want a wage revision. And they chose a strategically important day to call the strike when it would hurt the common people the most. Just when tens of thousands of people were travelling home for Diwali, they stopped the buses. Keralites outside the state happily embrace new technologies and practices, but those at home love to hate anything new. In the 1960s and 70s, tractors were opposed. In the 1980s and 90s, computers were opposed. And this week, Keralites were opposing OTT releases of movies and the proposal to have beer pubs in IT parks. Kerala may be a tourism powerhouse and the pioneer of IT parks in India, but the sky still falls in the state if a techie or a tourist has a glass of beer. As in any democracy, the hopes of Kerala would depend on the quality of its political leadership, so it's worthwhile taking stock of what they are up to. This week, when the Congress party held a demonstration in Kochi, Kerala's commercial capital, to protest the fuel price hike, fully blocking an arterial highway, actor Joju George, who was one of the thousands who were caught up in a traffic jam, questioned them for fully blocking the road. He was roundly abused, threatened, and the rear windshield of his car broken. BJP leaders in Kerala are facing questioning over the alleged smuggling of black money to the state to fund the assembly election campaign. Incidentally, the BJP could not win a single seat in the assembly elections. And the CPM's newest embarrassment is a senior leader of the party and his wife giving for adoption their daughter's baby without consent of the baby's parents. That then is a portrait of India's best governed state. Like it or not, Kerala is India's best governed state. The Public Affairs Centre has done a thorough research before declaring Kerala to be the best. I would dread to think of Uttar Pradesh. Talking of governance, this video is dedicated to 14-year-old Vinisha Uma Shankar, who bluntly told world leaders at the Glasgow Climate Conference what the young think of them and their empty promises.
Many of my generation are angry and frustrated at leaders who have made empty promises and failed to deliver. The point is that me and my generation will live to see the consequences of our actions today.